Hey dudes, today I want to talk about an acronym I use to help me remember what I'm supposed to be doing as a re-recording mixer. AKA, these are a few steps to help you remember what to do when you're doing post-production sound mixing. So let's jump right into it. All right, so the letters are L, E, P, R, D. Now, I know this isn't spelled correctly, but if you look at it, it looks like it spells leopard. All right, let's fill in the letters. L stands for levels, E, EQ, P, pan and plugins, R, reverb, and D, denoise. All right, let's break this down even further. Level is essentially controlling the volume of any of the clips or tracks within your Pro Tools session. So we're going to primarily do this with volume automation or clip gain. And it's as simple as it sounds. We're controlling the amplitude or the up and down of a sound. EQ is short for equalizer. And when you use an EQ plugin, you are controlling frequencies. The three main bands of frequencies we are controlling are low, mid, and high. And it is said that humans can hear from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, although I don't think I can hear past 15K. Pan is deciding what speaker we move our sound to. So if it's stereo, we have left and right. Or for example, surround sound, we might have left, right, center, LFE or low frequency effect, left surround, right surround, and panning is deciding what sound goes to what speaker. This could be like just straight left, or we could pan a car from left front to right surround, and it will like pan across us in the theater. Plugins are extremely important because they also help us control level, EQ, pan, reverb, and they do all the denoising. So a compressor can help with level, an EQ controls frequency. Maybe you like Vocal Rider like me, and that continues to help with the level. Or a de-esser that will help with the sibilant S type sounds, which is kind of a type of denoising or cleaning or polishing that dialogue. And of course, if you know me by now and you've been following the channel, a meter is extremely important for a mixer. Otherwise, you have no idea what your overall loudness is. So plugins, like I just mentioned, and more, are extremely valuable to your mix. Reverb has nothing to do with delay, and we should not use the word echo when we're trying to describe what reverb is. Reverb is reflection or bouncing, but I like to say reflection because echo is repeating or delay is repeating. A reverb is when it bounces or reflects off a source, and this is primarily going to help us define a space. So a bathroom sounds different than a cathedral. That cathedral sounds different than the office that I'm in right now. So we're going to have a lot of sounds, and they're not always going to sound like the space that they're in, and we're going to use reverb to help us place them in that space and do some other fun things like create fun, impressionistic sounding reverb that helps us know we're in a dream or a flashback or something like that. Denoise is what it sounds like. It is trying to get rid of noise. I like to use the word attenuate, because we're not always going to remove or make perfect, but we're going to reduce or make better. So this could be as simple as trying to improve your signal to noise ratio, meaning you have like an air conditioner or something that's constant throughout the dialogue. So we're going to try to push that air conditioner down to create a greater signal to noise ratio. Therefore, it's going to sound a bit better in terms of the dialogue is at a certain level and the noise is pushed down as low as we can go. We can also think of this as like mouth clicks that we're getting rid of, or quite literally editing things out. Sometimes that can be a form of denoising because we're removing noise. We can de-reverb. I know we just talked about wanting reverb, but sometimes you don't want it because you want a clean recording. De-rustle, de-wind. One of my favorites that I just talked about is dialogue isolate, trying to isolate dialogue and then remove or bring down some of that noise. So you get the idea. There's a lot of denoise, but that's what denoise means. All right, so if you ever get lost, remember you shouldn't be editing, you shouldn't be adding sound effects, you shouldn't be, trying to find an alternate take of dialogue as a mixer. You should be thinking about this LEPRD acronym, and at all times you should be trying to do one or all of these things. For example, you might have a phone call that's a clean recording and it's too loud, so you bring the level down. It's got too many frequencies, so you remove some of those frequencies. And it doesn't sound like it's in a small kitchen or something like that, so you add a little bit of reverb to it. So hopefully this helps give you a roadmap of what you're supposed to do. Basically, you should not be adding sound design or trying to find an alternate take of dialogue or something like that as a mixer. You're really thinking about taking what you have there and making it better. So another way to say this is problem solving, or taking clips and affecting them to make them sound differently, or fixing or removing, or these types of words. So if you follow this LEPRD acronym, it will always help you stay on track for what you need to do as a re-recording mixer doing post-production sound. All right, I hope this helps you out, and until next time, later dudes.